Okay, let's just be honest with each other for a second. If your lawn right now looks like a piece of burnt toast, crispy, patchy, more brown than green, kind of embarrassing when the neighbors walk their dog past it, I already know what you have been doing about it. You've been watering it, staring at it, watering it some more, maybe whispering some encouraging words to it, and hoping that somehow, magically, it just fixes itself. Spoiler alert, it won't. It has never once fixed itself, and it's not going to start now. So here is what we are actually going to do instead. I want you to go grab a rake, or if you have got one, an electric scary fire, and just hold it for a second, like you mean business. Because I'm about to tell you something that sounds completely insane. To fix your lawn, you first have to absolutely destroy it. I'm not exaggerating for you here, trust me. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the exact autumn reset that turns a crispy, tired-looking lawn into the thickest, greenest carpet on the entire street by next spring. It's going to look genuinely terrifying halfway through this process. Stick with me anyway. So why is your lawn actually struggling in the first place? It's not really about water, or at least it's not just about water. Get down on your knees with me for a second. Yes, actually do it. And pull back the green grass blades right down to the soil. See that dense, brownish kind of spongy layer sitting right underneath the green? That's called thatch. It's a buildup of dead grass anyway, roots and debris that hasn't had the chance to break down. And here is the analogy that actually makes this click. Imagine wearing a thick, soaking wet wool sweater in a sauna in August. That is exactly what your soil is dealing with right now. It cannot breathe. It's suffocating under its own dead weight. And here is the genuinely frustrating part. The part that should make you a little angry, honestly speaking. All that water you have been pouring on it, all that expensive fertilizer you bought because the bag had a nice picture of grass on it, none of it is actually reaching the roots. It's just sitting on top of that thatch layer and evaporating in the sun. You've basically been feeding a doormat. The roots underneath are getting absolutely nothing. Okay, so now we fix it. And this is the fun part, not going to lie. This is genuinely one of the most satisfying things you will do in the garden all year. Take that rake or a scary fire and go at your lawn aggressively. Not politely, not a gentle little tickle. I mean drag it through there like you have got something to prove. A scary fire, run it over the whole lawn and just watch it start ripping out mountains. Actual mountains of dead brown grass and thatch. Now, quick heads up. Your neighbors are going to look out their window at some point during this and genuinely question your mental state. Your lawn is about to look like a disaster zone. Bare patches everywhere, piles of brown debris all over the grass. The whole thing looking worse than when you started. I need you to fully embrace the ugly here. And this is not a mistake. This is the process working exactly as intended. And honestly, take a second and look at the sheer amount of dead material you just pulled out of the one tiny section of your lawn. That pile right there, that's the proof. That's the stuff that has been choking your grass all summer. And it's no longer your soil's problem anymore. All right, so now you are staring at torn up, slightly sad-looking bare soil, and it's time for the step that separates people who get an amazing lawn from people who just wasted a Saturday. Grab your grass seed and scatter it directly onto that bare, freshly torn up dirt. And I want you to actually understand why these steps matter so much. Because this is where most beginners quietly mess the whole thing up. It's called seed to soil contact. And it's non-negotiable. If you just chuck expensive grass seed on top of old thatch, or onto grass that's still sitting there, here is what actually happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. You haven't planted a lawn. You've just laid out a very expensive, very generous buffet for every pigeon in a 5 miles radius. The seed needs to physically touch bare soil to have any real shot at germinating. Sitting on top of debris, it just dries out or gets eaten. That's it. That's the whole sad story. And this is exactly why we do this whole ordeal in autumn, not summer. The soil is still holding onto warmth from all those hot months, which grass seed genuinely loves for germinating. But the air itself has cooled down, so the seedlings aren't getting scorched the second they poke through. And on top of that, all your annoying summer weeds are naturally dying off right about now, which means way less competition for your new grass to fight against. Basically, autumn hands your grass seed the perfect incubation chamber with almost none of the usual competition. It's the best time of the year to do this. Full stop. Okay, last step. And honestly, it's the one people skip because they are tired by this point. But don't skip it. Take a thin layer of compost or topsoil if that is what you have got, and rake it gently over the seed you've just scattered. Just a light dusting, not a thick layer burying everything. Think of this as tucking your seed in with a blanket. It hides the seed from hungry birds, and more importantly, it helps hold moisture in place right where the seed needs it. Then water it gently. And here's your job for roughly the next 2 weeks. Keep that soil consistently damp, like a sponge you have wrung out. Not a swamp and not a desert. Little and often is the move here. Right now, I'm not going to lie to you. Your lawn looks like a crime scene. Torn up, patchy, kind of sad. But trust the process, because it moves faster than you would think. Within about 14 days, you are going to start seeing this tiny fuzz of bright green poking through the soil. And give it a full month. And that fuzz turns into an actual, genuine carpet of grass. Thicker and healthier than what you started with. Because this time, it's actually getting fed properly. So yes, it looks like a massacre right now, but it's a massacre with a very good ending. If you want to actually follow along and see this exact lawn go from crime scene to carpet, hit subscribe because I'll be showing you the real progress, not just some polished after photo pretending it happened overnight.